We had a pretty intense week on The Young and the Restless, seeing some milestones that we won't soon forget. Everything started with a look at some memorable romances from the past, with Victor lavishing his affection on Ashley, and Nick taking Sharon off for a romantic vacation. A dark atmosphere soon descended, though, when we revisited the tragedy at the end of Cassie's life. Emotions of both varieties swirled together after that when Lily and Kane had their French wedding. And Victoria's future with Billy was brought into question. We've covered a lot of ground, and there's more over the horizon. Here are the spoilers. Weddings take center stage, starting when Nick and Sharon make their walk down the aisle, despite the profound objections being offered by the Newman family. Trouble descends later on, though, when a similar ceremony is interrupted by the arrest of the bride, Phyllis. There's also a chilling brush with danger on the way, and it arrives during the lead-up to Victor's most recent wedding with Nikki. A look ahead. This past week was pretty interesting, and the coming ones may bring some unexpected developments. With things being what they are, it's easy to miss important moments. But that's why Soap Hub is here to help. If you have any questions, thoughts, or even theories, don't hesitate to share them with the community. What did you like most about this week? What are you most excited to see next week? Share it all with everyone in the comments, and remember, there's always more in the way of soap opera spoilers, news, and exclusive updates in our free newsletter. Until next time, though, fans, thanks so much for watching. I'm Pierce Culver, and I'll see you again soon. The Young and the Restless's history. Y&R made its debut in 1973 and introduced more sexual undertones and younger characters to daytime soap operas. It has outlasted other soaps to become a mainstay for many households. Needless to say, 4 decades worth of storylines has kept viewers locked in and wanting more. From Victor Newman's Eric Braeden, family machinations, to Paul Williams, Doug Davidson, heroism, to the adorable love story of Kyle, Michael Miller, and Lola, Sasha Kaye, Y&R knows how to entertain and keep fans coming back for more. Sadly, times are shifting, and soap operas are shrinking.
Young and the Restless gets back to work soon on new episodes, so we're looking ahead at Victor Newman's Eric Braeden escapades. We're still hearing chatter that they hope to be back to work by the end of June, but it may push into July. Plus, we know Braeden's eager to be back to work as his alter ego Victor. Here's what we'd like to see. Victor Newman needs to find peace with Adam on Young and the Restless. Young and the Restless spoilers left us hanging with Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, reeling after Victor Newman told him that he killed AJ back in Kansas. Of course, Adam assumed his dad did the deed. In the end, it was Victor protecting his namesake son from the harsh truth. Now, rather than have Adam and Victor Newman go to war again, let's hope Young and the Restless goes the other direction. Wouldn't it be great if Victor finally buried the hatchet with Adam and they bonded as father and son? If nothing else, it would drive the other Newmans nuts. Number 2, Nikki Newman's husband needs to open up to her completely on Y&R. Young and the Restless also needs to stop trying to break up Victor and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott. That affair in prison with the doctor was disturbing. And seeing Nikki canoodle again with Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, was uncomfortable, too. So, maybe Young and the Restless will evolve Nikki's relationship with Victor Newman. He must know by now he can trust his wife. It'd be great to see Victor stop keeping secrets from Nikki. She'll stand by him, no matter what, so why not just put all his cards on the table from now on? Number 3, Victor needs to make amends to Phyllis. Young and the Restless also has a sore spot with what Victor Newman did to Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. By stealing her husband and putting a drug dealer in her bed, Victor enabled her repeated rape by Marco Onicelli. Even though Marco didn't force her, it wasn't truly consensual. That's because Phyllis didn't know it wasn't Jack in her bed. The Young and the Restless plot ruined Jack and Red's relationship. Victor Newman can't undo that damage. But, he can go to Phyllis, own his mistake, and offer genuine remorse. It's a decent thing for Victor to do now. And it'll give Red some peace, maybe. Number 4. Sharon needs an apology too on Young and the Restless. While Victor's making amends for his many mistakes, he owes ex-wife Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, a big I'm sorry as well. For what? When the mustache hired Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, to gaslight Sharon as her dead daughter, it was unspeakably cruel. Once Young and the Restless revealed Sharon's bipolar disorder, that crime was even worse in hindsight. Victor Newman tormented a mentally ill woman by conjuring up her dead child. Does it get much worse? Now that Sharon has cancer, it's even more crucial that Victor make amends. Number 5. The mustache should put 2 of his kids in the CEO seat on Y&R. Young and the Restless also has the ongoing back and forth of Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinle, desperate for daddy's approval and the CEO chair. But Adam wants the same things. So, why can't Victor make co-CEOs of Adam and big sister Victoria? Then they can work together. It's a little something extra special this week, 2 columns for the price of 1, and they're both in the same column. Confused? Please don't be. Y&R has dedicated the week of June 8, 2020, to romance, so I wanted to make sure that I offered up a list of my favorite Y&R couples. But, because I really enjoyed last week's All About the Abbotts episodes, I also wanted to take a few paragraphs to talk about one of Genoa City's best families. Ashley must have flown on the wings of love to go from talking to Tracy at the Abbott mansion to being at Victor's side at Newman Enterprises in a matter of minutes. Victor has most certainly always made her life interesting. I had forgotten that David Tom had played Billy Abbott at a time when his sister, Heather Tom, was portraying Victoria. That must have been fun for the siblings. It's no stretch to believe that a much younger man would be head over heels, crazy in love with the vivacious, larger-than-life Jill. Even now, she's still as gorgeous as ever. Why do soaps act like a couple has to be married to raise a child? Or, in Tracy's case, that she and Brad had to live together to raise Colleen? The sad truth is that most children of divorced or single parents learn to live and to thrive in 2 separate households these days. It's just the way of today's world. However, if Tracy and Brad were able to make it work, then more power to them. It's funny how things can happen. I had already started writing this, comparing the Newmans and Abbotts to the Hatfields and McCoys, when I first saw an old, classic episode of The Andy Griffith Show, featuring the feud of the similar Wakefields and Carters on cable TV, and then one of the questions on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was regarding the Hatfields and McCoys. It's just funny how life works. Watching Victoria and Nikki's hot discussion about Nikki's so-called friendship with Brad reminded me of the mother-slash-daughter-slash-gorgeous hunk triangle. Those are always so much fun, especially when one of them is seeing the guy on the sly. The Phyllis-slash-Billy-slash-Summer triangle was okay, but the writers can do better, maybe more along the lines of All My Children's Liza-slash-Tad Decad-slash-Marian Love Fest. The soap could create another threesome, since Genoa City is filled with gorgeous women. I believe that Mariah is bisexual, and she is growing closer to Theo. And Sharon could need a distraction to keep her mind off her battle against cancer. A Mariah-Theo-Sharon triangle, anyone? Or even Summer-Kyle-Phyllis. There are some really good possibilities here. Due to the novel coronavirus pandemic, The Young and the Restless began broadcasting special throwback episodes until it was safe for the cast and crew to return to work. As a treat to viewers, CBS aired special theme weeks devoted to iconic characters. This week focused on some of the show's most memorable romances, some that have lasted for decades and others that lasted only a short time.
CBS The Young and the Restless spoilers here, ready to get a new week off to a great start with some throwback spoilers. It also just happens to be the start of another theme week, and this one is Genoa City's memorable weddings week. While that's a mouthful, it's nothing compared to what we have coming up for our enjoyment. What makes it even more fun is there's always the chance something will go wrong. What could that be? Unhappy camper. To get the ball rolling, We start with an episode from February 19, 1996 that features what is bound to be a wedding to remember between Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. While Y&R rarely has anything go really wrong at a wedding, their record may be threatened since Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, isn't too thrilled with the arrangement. Of course, she'll be concerned with Nick making a huge mistake marrying Nikki's rival, the wrong woman for him. Their past and future competition for Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, won't be an issue at all. Nope. Vicky's so beyond that. But she'll still be a protective mama bear and object as often as humanly possible, even if it means walking alongside Sharon on her way down the aisle. We're just kidding. Nikki wouldn't do anything to embarrass her children, no matter how much she may hate who they're marrying. Nick is tormenting Nikki. It's great to see Nick and Sharon together, even if it's for a limited time. They just have that comfortable feel about them, and are reminiscent of Nikki and Victor in some ways. Of course, the fact they care about each other is important, but given how Nikki and Victor have issues with every single person their children marry, maybe the kids are doing it to needle them? Children dating and marrying people their parents hate is one of the oldest stories around, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that they tend to fall in love with people similar enough to their parents that it drives them insane. This would be an awesome angle that could have been played up for years without any of us figuring it out. Of course, this doesn't mean CBS The Young and the Restless spoilers is right, but it would explain a lot of their decisions over the years. Not to mention the ulcers and migraines said decisions caused for Victor and Nikki. Which wedding are you hoping to see this week? Let us know, and check back with CBS The Young and the Restless spoilers for the latest updates, spoilers, and speculation around.